Hey there, fellow travelers. Welcome back to Tripedia, your go-to source for travel inspiration and tips. In today's video, we're going to take you on a journey through the best places to visit in Venice, Italy. Known as the City of Water, Venice is one of the most popular tourist destinations in the world and is famous for its canals, stunning architecture, and rich history. So sit back, relax, and let us take you on a journey through the best places to visit in Venice, Italy. St. Mark's Basilica. St. Mark's Basilica is a magnificent example of Gothic architecture that has endured since its construction in 1092, making it one of the most significant places of worship in all of northern Italy. This church is amazing in every way, from the ornate details, sculptures, and artwork on the front facade to the beautifully painted frescoes and Byzantine works of art on the inside of the domed ceiling. St. Mark's Square. The most famous building in Venice is St. Mark's Basilica, but the most famous square is St. Mark's Square. This square has a lot of importance in Venice and is a great place to visit. It is on the Grand Canal, across from the island of San Giorgio Maggiore. The piazza is perfectly framed by a group of beautiful buildings with arched walkways. This square is an excellent starting point for a tour of Venice's most impressive sights. Doge's Palace. The Doge's Palace front is widely regarded as one of the finest examples of Gothic architecture in the world. The marble from Verona and the stone arches that hold up the ceiling give the interior a refined look, while the columns supporting the ceiling are topped with sculptural masterpieces. The Porta della Carta, a Gothic door dating back to the 15th century, once served as the main entrance to the Doge's Palace. After passing through it, we were able to reach the Arco Foscari and the palace's interior courtyard. Here is the famous work, The Staircase of the Giants, from the 15th century, where the Doge was crowned. Bridge of Sighs. Even though the Bridge of Sighs is small compared to other buildings in Venice, it is one of the most visited places in the city and an important historical landmark. The bridge links the Prigioni Nuovo to the Doge's Palace. It goes over the Rio di Palazzo. The story goes that when criminals were taken from the palace over the bridge, they would look back at Venice one last time and sigh as they thought about being punished and locked up. When you go to St. Mark's Square, you have to take a look at this famous bridge. Canal Grand. There are so many canals in Venice that they connect all of the islands that make up the city. The Canal Grand is the largest canal. This big canal is more like a river, and it goes from one side of Venice to the other, and then makes a big S in the middle. Over 170 buildings, some of which date back to the 13th century, line the canal's banks. For hundreds of years, the canal has been an important waterway in the city. Most people and tourists walk along the canal, not over it, so only 4 bridges go over it. You could walk along parts of the canal looking at the buildings that line it and watching the busy water traffic of Venice. Ride a vaporetto through the Grand Canal. Yes, you can take a train into the main station and walk through the streets, but to truly experience Venice, you must experience it from the water. One of the quickest and most reliable ways to get between Venice's islands is on the city's famed vaporetto system. During your time in Venice, try to take the vaporettos as much as possible and enjoy the water traffic and the sights and sounds. Ponte di Rialto. The Ponte di Rialto is without a doubt the most famous and well-known of the bridges that cross the Grand Canal. The bridge connects the San Marco and San Polo neighborhoods of Venice. It is an important pedestrian route and a very popular tourist spot. The details and design of the bridge are just beautiful, and the way it frames the Grand Canal with its symmetry is just right. Also, there are a number of shops on the bridge that sell everything from jewelry to tourist items. Gallery dell'Accademia. This museum has a great collection of art from before the 19th century, including works by Bellini, Canaletto, and Titian. The gallery is in a building that used to be a convent. It was turned into a museum in the middle to late 1700s. This gallery has a lot of Renaissance art and masterpieces. Perhaps its most famous work is Da Vinci's Vitruvian Man, which shows the ideal proportions of man. San Marco Campanile. The Campanile is the tallest building in Venice at 98.6 m. After collapsing in 1902, the current building is a reconstruction. The Campanile was first built in the 9th century and was used as a watchtower. The tower has been damaged by fire, earthquakes, and lightning. The main shaft is made of simple red bricks, but the bell housing and pinnacle have a lot of arches and stonework, and the top has a statue of the angel Gabriel made of gold. From the Piazza di San Marco, you can look at the tower, but you can also take the elevator to the top for what may be the best view of Venice. Murano is another of the islands in the Venice district. This area is made up of a number of small islands that are connected by canals and bridges. Murano has a lot of charm, and it's usually not as crowded as Venice's main areas. There are many things to see in this beautiful island town, such as the Basilica dei Santa Maria, the Campo Santo Stefano, and the Palazzo da Mula. Torcello Island. If you want to get away from the crowds and find some peace, Torcello Island is a great place to go. It is much less crowded than the main parts of Venice. Torcello is east of the main part of Venice. It is behind Burano and can be reached by regular ferry from Venice in about 45 minutes. Walk down the main street of Torcello and look at the beautiful canal until you get to the amazing-looking Church of Santa Maria Assunta. There are also many shops and restaurants, as well as a museum that tells about the history of this group of islands. Venice. Lido. The Lido is a great place to relax and get away from the crowds of tourists. This separate island stands between Venice and the Adriatic Sea and has a long, beautiful beach for people to enjoy. The Lido is home to about 20,000 people, and it also has a lot of homes, shops, restaurants, and hotels. Lido is a great place to get away from the busy streets and waterways around the Grand Canal. It has a much more calm, laid-back, and relaxed vibe than the city center. Thank you for joining us on our travels around the world with Tripedia. We hope that our videos have given you a glimpse into the incredible diversity and beauty of our planet. We believe that travel is not just about ticking off destinations on a bucket list, but about immersing yourself in new cultures, meeting new people, and creating unforgettable memories. As you continue your own journey, we encourage you to explore with an open heart and an open mind. Whether you're traveling solo, with friends, or with family, every trip is a chance to learn, grow, and connect with the world around you. Thank you for being a part of the Tripedia community, and we look forward to continuing to share our adventures with you. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more travel inspiration and tips. Until next time, safe travels.